We got a great slate of games this college football weekend. I got 5 picks for you. Let's get right into it. Minnesota taking on Oregon. Oregon favored by 25.5 points, and you're probably asking yourself, why in the world am I picking this game? What's the interest in this game? Well, the interest is this Oregon team looks really shaky. Their offense looks very suspect, and their defense looks like they can be had too. And this Minnesota team is a very tough team. They will show up and keep things close and at least be ready to compete. And I am interested to see, is this Oregon team for real, or are they a fraud? Watching them struggle against Penn State, a team that's turned out to be not very good, and then watching them struggle last week on the road against Iowa, which, to their credit, it was bad weather, and Iowa is a tough place to play, but it wasn't the first time we'd seen that offense struggle. So it is a real question. Can they get back on track and get things going and get things rolling, or are they in some serious trouble? Now that we're looking towards the playoff, these are the types of games where teams need to kind of show up and prove that they are the real deal. I'm going to take Oregon in this game, but I'm interested to see how close it can actually end up being. South Carolina taking on Texas A&M. Texas A&M's defense is very suspect. And this South Carolina team, even though they don't have the wins to show it, they are a fairly competitive team. When you look at games against Alabama, Missouri, or even LSU, they played those games tough. And even the game against Ole Miss, which turned out to be a 30-14 game, it was very competitive, and they had opportunities where maybe you could have seen it going another way. This Texas A&M team is getting a lot of love and a lot of praise, being the number 3 team in the country, but as I've said, they do look suspect at times, and this South Carolina team is the perfect opponent where you could look at them on paper and say, we got this, we're going to blow them out of the water, but they show up and they compete. And can they make this game close against Texas A&M and maybe even get the win? I'm going to go with Texas A&M and use my brain on this one, but my heart's telling me this game could shock a lot of people. Notre Dame taking on Pitt, which is oddly enough turned into one of the biggest games of the weekend. You got College Game Day going down to Pittsburgh for this game, and honestly, this one's going to be fun. And quite frankly, Notre Dame is lucky this isn't a night game, because Pittsburgh is home, having College Game Day there. The excitement, the energy in that crowd is going to be crazy. And had it been at night, oh boy, I probably would have picked Pittsburgh for the upset. With all that being said, though, Notre Dame is a quality team, and early on they struggled, but I feel like that seems to be the trend. Early in the year, you kind of struggle, and then you pick things back up. I like this Notre Dame team to win this game, but only because it is noon. And if you think that is crazy, trust me, night games on the road in college football, nightmare, especially when it's talking about a game of the week and you have game day showing up to town. It can be nasty, but this Pittsburgh team is good. And if Notre Dame doesn't show up, they can get beat. And if they do get beat, they're going to lose their playoff hopes in one fell swoop. So for that reason, I'm going to take Notre Dame to win this game. Oklahoma taking on Alabama in a game where Oklahoma has to win. Alabama's offense is stuck in the mud when it comes to running the ball because they can't run the ball at all. Leading rusher last week managed to only rack up 21 total yards. What a nightmare. But this Oklahoma offense is also up and down because of their quarterback. John Mateer is hit or miss. Some weeks he looks like he could be an Heisman candidate and an NFL stud. Other weeks he looks like he's barely a JUCO player. I don't know what we're going to get from this Oklahoma offense, but their defense is legit. And if Alabama is forced to be one-dimensional, which we all expect them to be, can Ty Simpson really come out there and spin the ball and beat you with his arm? I'm not quite sure. I'm going to take Alabama in this game simply because when it comes to the quarterback matchup, I am going to favor Ty Simpson slightly over John Mateer. But look, it won't surprise me at all if Oklahoma comes out and wins this game and causes a whole big ruckus. But I think Alabama comes in and proves that they are the top of the class in the SEC. They are the best team in the SEC. They get the job done. They take out Oklahoma and dash their playoff hopes. Texas taking on Georgia in a game where these two teams couldn't have polar opposite motivations. Texas is simply trying to save their season and find a way to make a playoff to salvage what was supposed to be a dream season under new quarterback Arch Manning. Things have not panned out. This team has been so inconsistent. Actually, I take it back. They've been remarkably consistent. Against the good ranked teams, they look bad. Against the bad unranked teams, they look great. Against this Georgia team, though, this Georgia team is not the Georgia team of old, and that's gotten people questioning, like, well, what do we make of this? What do we do with this? But this Georgia team is good and is still solid and is still top 3 in the SEC. I think they're going to come out and absolutely destroy Texas's chance at a playoff berth and end their season. Give me Georgia to win this game in convincing fashion. Those are my picks for the week. Listen, remember, gamble responsibly. Only bet what you can afford to lose. What do you think of my picks? Let me know in the comments down below what your picks are for this week. Enjoy the games, and I'll catch you guys next week.